Oh, okay. I think I'm giving myself like a nice little break in between the attacks, but I didn't mean to have to flip it. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm going through it right now because I've been watching the Sabrina Wallace videos again, and then I actually shared it on Facebook. And then after I shared it, first I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they made me sleepy, but all of a sudden, I was so sleepy after my girl was trying to watch it the second time. I fell asleep. Then once I woke up, right, I opened my eyes and I felt this powerful pulse of energy just blast right in the back of my neck, but like kind of like inside of. So yeah, this is on YouTube as well. Song of the Spine. Um, right here, I've been feeling like, and they've been doing this from time to time, where they would basically send these extremely powerful, strong energy pulses to this area here, right? The reason why I know it's this particular area, not only because it says that frequency, and I tune my generator, my frequency generator app to 432. That's supposed to be the more healing frequency. So I set the carrier wave for 128.43, right? Parts of the body, blood supply to the head, pituitary gland, scalp, bones in the face, brain, inner and middle ear, and sympathetic and nervous system, right? Symptoms, if these I guess the symptoms of if the I guess it didn't really explain exactly how, but I guess it's like if the energy or something was imbalanced in that spine frequency. If the energy was imbalanced or something, you probably experience more headaches, nervousness, insomnia, head colds, high blood pressure, migraine, headaches, nervous breakdowns, amnesia, chronic what is that? Chronic somethingness. I can't even really make out the words, and dizziness. But what they're doing for me, it feels like these pulses that they're sending to that part of, then it's like where my two fingers are, it's like the pulse is there. The energy pulse goes right there and it just blasts straight through. It blasts through. Even right now, I could feel a pulse on the back of my skull here. And you shouldn't feel a pulse on the back of your skull. Yeah, it's like all right here. So what they've been doing is sending these strong pulses, and it feels like they're trying to obliterate that whole area or something right there. And then I try to use my chi, or understanding of using the using my human biofield energy, or trying to use my chi energy to create like a magnetic pulling force with my hands. So right now, like what I'm doing now, I'm placing my hand against the back of my head, and I'm kind of like generating like a tension, right? And that tension, it creates like a magnetic pull. And what that pull is doing, it's actually drawing the energy that they're using in the beam that they're carrying with, I'm assuming that they basically have resonated with that same frequency, that 128.43. There it goes. Hold up. I think I just made connection with the main carrying frequency, because it just attached in between my thumb and my index finger. So like, it just basically, yeah, it's now, it's like it's trying to go through where my thumb and index, the base of my index finger meets. So I create that pull, right? So it's almost as if like now their transmitter is now resonating with the energy frequency that I'm generating with my hands. So now it attaches to the hand. And as I'm doing it, I'm feeling pressure relief from inside the skull. It's not completely fully detaching itself, but I could feel a great amount of energy kind of being pulled from the head, from the brain, and it's going towards my left hand. And I've been at this for what, maybe an hour? Yeah, probably about an hour or so. They forced my mom to go to the hospital today because she went on her own will, on her own accord. She said that she woke up with problems breathing, and that they've been like burning her legs. And I mean, like, reminding y'all, this is a 74-year-old woman, right? A 74-year-old woman, and they're basically manipulating her body. I mean, well, she's been targeted for years because of her former employer, but now they're increasing their tactics against her because I'm who I am, right? So now they're going after her even more. My girl, I don't believe she's been targeted all her life, but she has been being manipulated by probably several different people in her life. And it wasn't until after I got targeted and then I began to tell her about what I'm experiencing and what's happening in my life, and then she started to actually like really like I guess research and understand it more and start to notice certain things about her life. That's when they started attacking her. Now, I don't know if I told you guys who watch my videos that like every single person probably in the entire earth, or at least if you're living near cell towers and electricity and things of that sort, we all have in the right hemisphere of our brain, there is a main like connective beam of like light, or let's say infrared. I'm not sure if it's far, mid, or near infrared, but it is infrared. And it comes at this 45-degree angle, and it penetrates right through the skull, right through the skin, and it goes directly into the brain. It's probably no bigger. Like when you feel the energy presence of this beam by passing either your left or your right hand, but you can't do it too fast because you got to remember it's basically resonated. It's resonated with your body, so you have to do it. You have to go back and forth pretty slowly, right? Not at a snail's pace, but just go back and forth kind of slow. You'll then begin to feel what feels like a it feels like a laser. Like, it literally feels like a laser. And it has a thermal and magnetic sensation to it. You may feel the magnetism either going into your brain passing through the back of your hand, or you can feel it going out, passing through the palm. I mean, you could probably feel it even more if you were to basically take your palm, your right hand of your palm, well, the palm of your right hand, and turn it outwards, because you actually emit more energy through your palms than through the back of your hand. And through the energy that you'll be emitting through your palm, you will actually cause an interference, because your body's radiance is going to have a interfering effect with the transmitting light coming from wherever the source is. I don't know if it's a drone, satellite, or a plane, or if it's a cell tower. I just know that no matter who it is, every time I check a person out and I wave my hand over the right hemisphere of the brain, that sensor, that signal, or that light and transmitted into their brain, it's always coming in at like a right degree, like it's like a 45-degree angle. It's like a 45-degree angle, and it's in the same spot, like not the frontal lobes, but probably prefrontal cortex, or I think so. It's either prefrontal cortex or let me see, probably prefrontal cortex, or maybe premotor cortex. I can't remember which part of the brain that is, but I guess if I were to say, okay. Hold on a second. Because I believe that's the main beam that all the other I guess frequencies kind of what's the word, it is spawned from. Like there's this one light beam that connects to your aura. I think that's the main one, and then it from wherever high up your aura starts at, it sprouts out other different frequency beams to different parts of your body. Whatever part that they want to manipulate, it spawns off from that main one, and then it travels around your body to find around your aura, to that specific spot in your aura that has your that whatever specific desired frequency or part of the body that they're looking for. And then it kind of shoots from your aura and then into the tissue of where that frequency originates. Because you got to remember, your aura or your field, it comes from inwards. So it's basically generated from the center of your body, and then it kind of plumes outward, right? Try to start this over, because this thing was helping me, at least for the time being while I'm on the phone, because if I'm not using this, I have my frequency generator at playing the 140, what was it? 128.43. Now I know they're gonna get started and try to do a lot more. Regardless of what they do, just remember, I was put on this earth to help people realize what's happening to them and that they can actually fight back, but they just have to not be afraid to endure. Because how you going when you die, right? How you going to look God in the face? How you going to look angels in the face? How you going to look all these different beings that are no longer that are going to have the balance of whether you go to hell or whether you can actually live in heaven or be able to move throughout the universe or the different dimensions freely. Like, how you gonna look at all these people, all these beings, and say that you were doing the right thing and that you deserve eternal life? Anyway, yeah, I got a new phone case. Well, my girl, she got me a new phone case, and it was helping quite a bit. And then they adjusted some things. It's a waterproof case, right? But when I first put the phone in, I felt like it sealed in a great deal of the I guess maybe the ultrasound or the radiation. But I think it was probably the ultrasound that was sealing in, right? But after a while, I think they just basically changed the power output so that it can come through the case more. Now that might actually be kind of a good thing, because that means if placing a waterproof case over the phone forces them to change the power output of the frequencies, that means the phone is going to generate even more radiation. So what I would need to do is now do a new recording of the radiation being emitted from the phone. Then I could submit this information to, well, first I'll put Apple on notice and send it to them and see if they'll try to come up with some lie and be like, oh, maybe your product is defective, let's get you a new one. Or submit it to the FCC, because I feel like not everybody gotta be mixed into this. It gotta be some good souls out there. It gotta be some good souls working in intelligence agencies. It gotta be some good souls out there working in law enforcement. It gotta be some good souls out there working in government. Not everybody can be in this Luciferianism. Not everybody. I don't believe not every single person working in all these different agencies are basically Luciferians. And they like to think that they're not Luciferian because they're like, oh, we're not Luciferian, we're a secret society. And all secret societies at the very, very root are linked to the fallen angels, right? They're all linked to the fallen angels who did what? Taught mankind forbidden knowledge. At the very root, if the things that you are doing and knowing are supposedly secret, and you can use it to manipulate a person without them ever being aware that they're being manipulated, you are a Luciferian. You worship Satan. And the sad part is you don't even realize you do. That's the deception of it. And it's like, what was his name? Selwyn, Dr. Selwyn something. He was a former Freemason, and and he wrote several books. He has a video on YouTube that everyone I think should watch, called Unmasking Freemasonry. And he talks about how, like, when you get up into the 30th degree, 31st, 33rd, whatever, that you eventually then learn that you are actually worshiping Lucifer. Out of all the things that you've learned, you ultimately are worshiping Lucifer. Now, what they have also been told is, as long as they don't expose the secrets of what they do and how they do things in the world or whatever, they can keep their life, which is odd. Oh my goodness, it's so much pressure, like, in the back of my head. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here for now. I just wanted to get it out there. Everyone should try listening to this video. It's only about, like, I think it's like 10 to 15 minutes. But what you really want is to get yourself a screenshot of this, and then get yourself a frequency generator app, or if you have a Rife machine, get that too. And what I do is, whenever I'm feeling a particular pain somewhere, wherever I feel like my energy levels of that particular area are being manipulated or amplified, or whatever the case, I take the numbers in red that are tuned to the 432 hertz, right? And then I use those numbers as the carrier. Then what I do for the beat, I set the beat for, let's say, 15 hertz, helps clears energy blockages or releases energy buildup. Or I set the beat to 7.8, which is the frequency for orgonite, I believe. And orgonite helps turn harmful energy into healing energy. All right. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.